Hello guys, my name is Anurag Edlabadkar and today we are going to talk about supervised learning. So, what is supervised learning? Let's see with the help of examples and with the help of different this one that how supervised learning works. So, very first thing is the definition of supervised learning. What is supervised learning in machine learning? So, as we know, supervised learning is the one of the most common and important type of machine learning. In simple terms, it means teaching a computer using examples that already have been to have the correct answers, just like student learning from the teacher who provides both question and answers. Supervised learning model learns from the labeled data that already contain both input and expected output. So in the simple words, you can take example of a newborn baby till the age of 10 or 11. So in that particular case, parents, teachers, and all the elders or all the nearby people, they teach that particular kid with the help of different examples and different type of things. They teach them what are the animals, what are the words, what are the different kind of alphabets, and this one. So based on that, that kid learns with the help of that. So someone is supervising that particular kid and teaching each and everything based on that. They show images of animals, images of or actual animals, and actual things, and based on that they teach that particular kid. So the kid can understand each and everything with a proper understanding. So based on that, kid learns the things in the supervision of someone and understand the thing in a proper and correct way. So that is your supervised learning. And label data means when you have data with some information inside it. Okay, so you are labeling, this is dog, this is cat, this is cow, this is rabbit, this is elephant, and so on. So these are the labeling of that particular data. And input and expected output means you are telling both the things with respect to that. So that what will be the output of that. So for example, you are taking a set of data where you have years of experience and salary, expected salary. So here you have input as well as output with you. So based on that, machine learns on that particular data, and machine learns on that particular data and gives the output based on that particular set of data. And it also predict for the unprovided data in that particular data set. Suppose you have data for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and then 7 year, 8 year, 9 year of years of experience. Now you want to find for 4 year, 5 year, and 6 years of experience. So based on that particular learning, my model will automatically give results for that. So that is your supervised learning based on basic idea of supervised learning. In supervised learning, we have two more important component. One is input and second is output. So my features, as I told you, that years of experience I am telling you, and technology, whatever is there, and based on that, my output is my salary. So that is output or label or target. So the information or the data given to the model, that is your input. The correct answer or the result we want from the model, that is a model or predict. So that is your output. The goal of supervised learning is to find relationship between input and output so that when new unseen data is given, the model will predict the correct and accurate output. So as I told you, like we have one example right below, that you have a data of house price prediction, and in this house price prediction you have number of rooms, location, number of parking, swimming pool, this, that, and area of house and all those things. So this will be my input, and based on that I will find the output price for that. So the sample data which we on which we train the machine learning model, that particular thing is learning, that gives the learning to that particular model. And then after that, in future, if you want to predict something, then that model can successfully predict the uh, resultant value for that. Then how supervised learning works. So all machine learning models follows this particular these particular phases. So first phase is your training phase, where you give very large amount of data as an input, and you give that particular input and you train that particular model. So the model is given data set that includes both input and output. The data set is called as training data. Okay, so for training purpose, whatever data is used, that is called as the training data. The algorithm adjusts its internal parameter to minimize error between the predicted and actual output. So that is your training phase. The second phase is your testing phase, where you are taking a small chunk of data from your original data. Suppose you have 100 records, so you are taking 20 records for training, sorry, 20 records for test and 80 records for training purpose. So after training the model successfully on the 80 records, you will test the remaining 20 records whether it is giving me correct output or not. So after training, the model will test with the new data, test data, and that is your model haven't seen before. Okay, so important thing is whatever data is there. Suppose your 100 records or 10,000 records or 1 million records are there. So 20% records which are kept for test purpose, it will never been explode to your model earlier. So it will be purely new data for that, and then it will give you the output, and you will check that my learning is successful or not. So based on that particular thing, then the last phase is prediction phase, where you give the real world data to it, and then you see that what will be the output. So once the model perform well, it can be predict outcome for the real world unseen data. So that is your how the supervised learning works. And particularly for the supervised learning, the training phase is talking about input and output, correct data with respect to that. So other than that, when you will talk about unsupervised learning and you will talk about reinforcement learning, the situation will be little bit different. Now, type of supervised learning. So you have two types of supervised learning. One is called as regression, and second one is called as classification. So regression is used when output is continuous value. So for example, you have linear regression or simple linear regression. So in that case, you have data with respect to temperature, house pricing, salary, and so on. So continuous value is right there. Whereas in the case of classification, used when the output is specific category or of class. So that particular thing is your classification, like your spam or not spam emails, and other kind of data. Like right here, the example is for the tumor. So malignant, and benign are the examples of that. Next one is, what are the advantages of supervised learning? So it is accurate since it is learned from the label data. It achieves a high accuracy, predictability. It can make reliable, predictable predictions for the new data, and easy to understand. The concept of intuitive and correct assemble resembles the human learnings from the example. So these are the advantages of your supervised learning. What are the limitations? So limitations are uh, need need for label data. So it requires large amount of label data, which can be time consuming and expensive to prepare. Then outfitting, if the model learns the training data too well, it will fail to perform well on the new or unseen data. And the last one is limited to known pattern. It cannot easily detect new patterns without what you can train on. So based on that, these are the limitations. And real life examples are email filtering, credit score, speech recognition, and medical diagnostic. So, my conclusion with respect to supervised learning is like a teaching computer with the examples that includes the right answer. It learns the relationship between the input and output, the uses of the knowledge to make the prediction on the new data. Despite required labeled data, and careful training, it remains one of the most powerful and widely used approach in the machine learning today. Formation Forming the foundation for the real world applications to make everyday life smarter and uh, easily effective. So this is what we have for supervised learning. We will come up with the new videos for unsupervised learning, semi supervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Thank you very much.